Okay. All right. All right. So let's see here. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to start this. I'm not totally sure yet. I have an idea. What's up, Marianne? How are you doing today? Okay. Let's get a pedal. Okay. Let's see. Got to come up with a good prompt, right? Um, okay. Yeah, I feel you on the chaos. It's it's raining so hard here, and I spent the day like trying to find an outfit, and everything's expensive. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's go easy. Let's start in C. A 12 measure 8 measure A section chord progression C major. Oh wait, we're starting in C major. Use a we use. Okay, so start in C major, write an 8 measure A section chord progression using a what time period? What style? Okay, so that's really easy. Holy crap. Okay, I didn't expect it to do all this. Rhythm? Yeah. Okay, so it's just going to keep doing the make file. That's weird. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to read this. Okay. Same thing. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what it's doing. Oh, okay. It's actually notating the notes. Look, we're all figuring this out together, okay? Okay. Okay, so the rhythm matches with chord progression is a moderate swing feel. Okay, I know what a triplet is. Okay, so they're played on the 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Either way, it's an easy chord progression. Well, you just use it as a guide. Maybe. So I know it's notating. It looks like, okay, what it wants me to do is just this chord progression, right? So C, A minor 7, D minor 7, G7, but it's wanting me to hit it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I guess I'm going C, what is it? C, D, A, no, C, A, D, G. So C, da, da. That's easy. Ooh. Okay, so 1 and yeah, that's what I was thinking was just start I'll just get ChatGPT to help me come up with like a framework and then I can do all the crazy stuff afterwards. So it's giving me like a pop feel. A minor, D minor, right? Yeah, D minor 7. This whole thing, it's already D minor 7. Okay. It's a little basic, but we'll go with it. So this is my sustain pedal, by the way. Just gonna hold for that first, hold for the second, third, fourth. Okay, that's not bad. All right. Now a 4 measure B. Oh, so it modulates to G major. Okay. G, A minor, B7. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to very quickly modulate to G major. Okay. Okay. So let's. So are we going faster here? What's up, Zero Miner? Zekro Miner, my bad. What's up, Zekro Miner? Well, ChatGPT is giving me really basic chord progression, and I'm just trying to make something happen with it. A minor, B7. Yeah, F sharp. Okay, we got it. E minor. You know, I'll take it. Yeah. Told it to give me four measures. It gave me four measure. So originally it was giving me 8. I guess it was just repeating it. Weird. Okay, anyway. I think this needs to be longer. Okay. So now we start back over. This is actually the soft piano. But I set up the sustain pedal up here so I can kind of control the sustain on it. Basically, it's like you're pressing the sustain pedal and then letting it off here. Actually, all I did was just load it in and hold on, I'll show you. I've changed nothing with the volume except bump up this dynamic about halfway, bumped up the reverb just a little bit. I didn't change the volume. It's just sitting on track 1. And yeah. Yeah, I think the sustain gives it a little bit of a nicer quality. I don't know. It just feels nicer to me. So if we're modulating to G, would that be D? I need a D7. Is that right? No, okay. I need... Wait, no, that's right. Shoot, not what I meant to do. Okay, hold on just a second. What chord modulates to G? D7, 5/7, right, okay. D7. So I guess I could do like a 2-5-1, right? So I could change this. G, well, I'm already using A. Thank you. Bro, I hate that I have to name things like that, but like it's worth the laugh, right? I don't know. Cuz if I name things like you know, like piano piece in C major, or like if I give it a name that's like, you know, sounds artsy fartsy or something, nobody watches them. But if I name them things like getting your hand stuck in a Pringles can at a fancy ball, yeah, I don't know, people stick with it a little more. Right. Yeah, it's boring. Okay, let's see. What have we got so far? Alright, it feels good. Oh, okay, yeah. I like that. Hmm. Should we modulate back to C or just stay in G? Let's just stay in G. Now that we're there. And then we can modulate at the end back to C. Now an 8-bar C. First and third, 8 notes of each beat. Swinging bluesy sound? Okay. Okay, so the cool thing about this is it's taking me way out of my wheelhouse. But we're going to go with it. We'll see how it works. Which emphasizes the first and third, eighth notes on each beat and creates a swinging bluesy sound. The letter above the staff represents the chord symbols, and the numbers indicate the specific notes within each chord. The shuffle rhythm is indicated by the use of 8-note triplets, with the first and third notes of each triplet slightly longer than the second. Notate this rhythm back to me. I'm going to make sure I understand it. 1, 2, 3. Is this much different than what I'm doing already? It's just faster? Yeah, it's the same thing. How is this different from the previous rhythm? So the AP6 was a straight rhythm. I don't think that's what it said. I feel like sometimes ChatGPT like loses its context from request to request just a little bit. So moderate swing. So that's not really a straight rhythm. Weird. Maybe we just go straight rhythm now. Okay, let's see. It's a chord progression now. Doing G, C, A minor, just doing the same thing. G major chorus, G, C. Okay, whatever. Yeah. There we go. So let's do it 4. So we'll just try it out. Yeah, okay. I'm not doing exactly what it says. I'm kind of just using it as like a guideline. A minor, D7, back to G, and then to E minor. Long ass chorus. Okay. I think that's fine though. So C. Oh, back to G. And then A minor, D7, which we already have. Go. A minor and D7. D7, G to E minor. I think we have that too. Yeah. Oop. Okay, whatever. We'll just try it out. We'll see how it sounds. Wait. Okay, I guess I didn't need all that. That's isn't doing it for me. I guess it was meant to do it like this. It just stopped a little too short. I don't know, man. It just feels cheesy. But so loud. Okay. All right. Gotta figure out a way to make this sound more interesting. I don't know how. It needs a little something. was so loud. End up with all these duplicates. Weird. Okay. Now we just need like a melody, I guess, but that's the hard part. Why do we have so much going on though with these chords? Okay. Yeah, I think we do the rest on our own. Yeah, it's supposed to be A7. Okay. Um, we're doing things. Rhythms are messing me up, so we can't all be winners. This is just an exercise. I wonder we could just cut this in half. Yeah, I hate it. Look, it's not perfect, okay? I'm just gonna skip this part. Maybe we just make a loop. Either way, this still has to transition back. Or does it? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. You know what? I'll take this. That's a win. That's not what I want. I like that. I don't know. I think this needs... Okay, so yeah, basically just used it as a base. Gave me a chord progression. It gave me a modulation, which is cool. Helped me notate the rhythms, which was confusing. And then it kind of messed up on what it was. Maybe I misunderstood. I mean, I'm not as smart as ChatGPT, maybe. I don't know. It's a, if you're, okay. I think you're having writer's block. This would be a cool exercise to like, even if it just makes something that sounds cheesy, it at least gets your juices going. I think that's pretty valuable. honestly. Yeah, that's a modulation. I don't think I would have done that on my own. I just ended on that, I think. Yeah, it's cheap. It's easy. I'm good with it. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick stream and just see if I could use ChatGPT somehow. And I think I did it. I don't know. I wonder what else we could make it do. If there's anything more interesting. Let's try another pattern and make something different. Okay. Write a 12 bar measure using temporary in a romantic composer's style like Chopin. Actually, let's do this. Save it. Start a new one. Project. Get 3-4. Okay. Press parameters. We're gonna make a sustain automation again. Okay. Gonna cover 3 beats. I like to bring it in just a little bit so it lets off right before it starts the next one. But 8 measures, right? Yeah. Oh, 12. Okay. All right. Interesting. C and CSS? What? CSS? Oh, what? Okay. All right. We're about to learn something new because I don't I've never seen this before, so of course that doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. What's going on? What's going on with this? Hold on. What am I doing? Okay. Easy A B C. Okay, so is that let's see. This is crazy. I've never seen this before. Eight A lines. Okay. Ah. Okay. Wait a second. This might be life changing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is crazy. If this works. Okay. Yo, this this is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Mm, see if anything gives me anything different. Unauthorized. What? What do you mean unauthorized? Okay, whatever. Try a different one. Someone do I already have that up? Okay. Oh, free displays plays. What? Bro, I feel like I'm about to end up with a virus, but you know what? It's worth it. All right, fuck it. Oh, that's a bad idea. Yo, this feels like a cheat. I feel like I'm cheating right now. I look, okay. AI replacing things, like it's already done it. Um I wrote a paper on this not that long ago. It's replacing like mainly super easy jobs. But honestly, I don't it's such a complicated question and topic. Like when it comes to art, AI can generate some things that are really convincing, sometimes even really nice. Like I've played with Midjourney and a couple of others, and um, I do a lot of art stuff, and it's really surprising. And I don't think it's gonna replace music production, but I think AI is a tool that you can use to make things easier. Like honestly, if I sat here, I mean, I could just rip a chord progression from anything. I mean, this just makes it a little bit quicker and easier to notate it. But uh, I, I don't use this as just like my sole chord progression. I'm gonna use it as like a starting point and just go from there. So, um, no, I don't think it's gonna. Okay, it's hard to say given like how far we've come in just like the last 2 or 3 years. Because I mean, if you think about like painters, when cameras were invented, I'm sure there were a lot of painters being like, "Our camera's gonna replace my art," especially if you were like a portrait painter or something. But okay, it might replace music production as like a career field because like portrait painting obviously became like nobody gets portraits painted, right? But people still portrait paint. Like you're still gonna have people producing music. It's kind of depressing, but it might just be. It might just. It is what it is. Maybe I don't know. Because I mean, even if the entire industry was just AI making everything, I would still be sitting here making my own music because I like doing it, right? And I still have people that like my music and, support me. So I don't know. It's complicated. I guess only time will tell. Yeah, no, I kind of agree. Uh, chord progression, honestly, I think chord progression's kind of fun because you're just getting a bass out of it. Like the last thing that I was just working on, I got this from the AI, right? Like it gave me a bunch of these chords, but it gave me the progression, like a general idea for the progression, and then I just took everything and made it my own basically. So like this last chord, I gave myself this little pre-modulation chord like because it gave me the idea to modulate here. But I still wrote the melody myself. So, like I said, I don't know. It's complicated, right? I feel like chord progressions to me, like, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. It's almost like the color choice for a painting. Like, if somebody gets their color choice for some like digital art from like a predetermined palette of colors that somebody else created, I don't really see a problem with that. Or if AI picks the color palette, it's not that big of a deal to me. But like the content that you choose, like the melodies and stuff, yeah, I can. That's where it starts to get a little weird. But if AI comes up with a good melody and it still, I don't know. I don't know. It's cheating. So, okay. Chord progressions, there's only so many chord progressions, right? So I don't know necessarily that chords are even copyrightable the same way that like a melody is. I feel like that gets into weird gray area. But also, so I'm a computer science major, right? So I've already got my degree and everything. So I know a little bit about like the way AIs work, the GANs at least. They don't necessarily copy something that somebody else has written. They have a database of things that have been written, and then the AI generates something until the AI determines that it's similar to things in the database. So, like, even with the digital art, a lot of people will point towards, so like, let's see, the signatures. This is something that I think is interesting. This isn't actually an, it's not actually a signature. It generates the idea of what a signature looks like. Some of them, I'm sure, probably do sample directly. Most of them don't, especially the big ones like the OpenAI stuff. You get things that look like signatures, but it's kind of representative of like the art as a whole. If you type in, a cat on the moon, it's going to look through every image of a cat and every image of the moon in its database and every signature that it sees in an image. And it generates noise until it gets something that looks similar to the concept of a cat, but it's not necessarily like picking and choosing pieces of a cat and stitching them all together. It's weird. And it's really complicated. Like, it's really complex. And like some people, I don't know, it's rough because I understand why people feel like it's problematic. I get it. It'd be cool to see an AI learn your own person styling and create. I think so if I gave an AI every piano piece that I've ever made, it would basically generate noise. It's basically like it's got two brains. So like one part is generating noise and the other part is checking that noise against the database of my music and telling the other brain, hey, you're not close enough, try again. And then eventually it gets close enough to something I've made where it's not a direct copy, but it's like, hey, this is really similar. So yeah, I think we've already seen from like the art ones, you'll see where people will be like this, especially this guy, Greg Rakowski. The AI was creating art that looks like identical to his style, but it's identical to his style, but it's not his actual work, right? So some people say that this is problematic because you're stealing his style of work. So I understand if you're an industry artist and you make all of your money off of your look, yeah, that I can see why that would be problematic. So I think with music it's the same way. If I'm writing if I make software that copies all of Kanye's music and then I'm AI generating brand new songs that people think are his and it's like taking money away from his industry, yeah, that's an issue. I think it could be possible for sure. And it's a scary idea, right? But I would still be making music myself too. So I don't know. It's a cool thing to like contemplate. I totally forgot to say what I was starting. Yeah, but I think using AI as a tool to like get yourself started on a track or get yourself started on like artwork, I don't really see as much of a problem with that. As long as you're doing something with what it's creating, I think it's fine. Is my I guess that's my general consensus. Because like this chord progression, it's a really simple chord progression. Like it's in essentially every song. It's possible to learn CS and AI from your own. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, there are people that do it, right? But man, I feel like those people are very much like the minority because you can learn. Okay, you can learn programming on your own. It's pretty easy to do. AI though, there's so much math and just extra stuff that goes into it. I even after going to school for it, I just like barely scratched the surface of AI. So I've got friends who actually like develop AI stuff like for companies, and the amount of statistics and math and stuff that they know and have learned is just it's too much for me. Like I'm not my brain I can't do the math and the statistics like that. So actually that's probably a lie. I probably could do it. I just 100% not interested in it. So I say that now, but with AI going the way it is, I may need to learn a little bit more to stay relevant in the like CS field. I don't know. It is a scary thought though, because like you've already got automated vehicles that are taking jobs from like truck drivers. Granted, right now it's not like a lot of them, but it is happening. And I think truck driver is the highest paid non-degree holding job in America. So if automated vehicles took that over, that's like an entire field of like I guess would you call that blue collar work? I don't know. Blue collar workers that would be out of a job because I feel like if you're using AI or like automation or freight delivery, like tractor trailer deliveries and stuff, my career's working. Okay. I want to say yes. Like the thing is, if you go to school and you're getting, you're doing like AI research or something like that, yeah, there's a lot of jobs for it. Like you'll find so much for that. Like even just the field of data science, bioinformatics, all of those, like a lot of those use, AI and those those careers pay very well. But like while you're in school, if that's something you want to go for, I highly recommend like in your third, fourth year, get a internship because it like I mean it just gets your foot in the door and gets you in what you want to do. But other STEM majors, um, kind of depends. The thing with STEM majors is if you end up in like the academic field, academic doesn't really pay that well. But if you can transition it from academic to industry, then that's like where all the money is. Oh, um, yeah, I don't know. It's rough because like kind of just like with the AI thing, if you can save money by doing it, corporations are. I don't, okay, I guess you can go like the like nihilism route, where you just say like companies are greedy and they're going to do everything they can to save as much money as possible, which is kind of what I'm worried about AI. Like even just going back to like producing and stuff, if a company can save money by hiring one person to replicate 100 different styles with AI, why would I sign contracts with producers and artists when I could just pay one person to use AI to make everything, especially if it gets to the level where it competes with what's already industry, I don't know. But as far as money and jobs implemented in modern day US, I don't know. So right now, even with my CS degree, I'm having a hard time getting a job in the field because, I mean, you can just look around and see everybody's getting laid off right now, which, I mean, I guess could have to do with like inflation and all that kind of stuff. But even now, it feels like a lot of stuff is already being outsourced, even with tech, um, which is, I feel like, isn't good. I feel like as a country, you want to invest in even industrial and manufacturing. I feel, oh yeah, it's 100% oversaturated. Especially so, I feel like lowest on the totem pole is probably like people who are doing boot camps, because I've already seen while I'm doing like while I'm applying to things, I've already seen hundreds of jobs where it's like boot camps need not apply, stuff like that, and it's like, man, like a lot of these boot camps give you like real world experience. And then I've got a degree, and it's like, hey, if you want an entry level job here, entry level needs 3 to 5 years of professional experience. And it's like, well, if I had 3 to 5 years of professional experience, why would I apply to an entry level position? I, it's crazy. But yeah, I do think, well, I'm saying that it's oversaturated, but there's still, I mean, there's millions of jobs in the tech field. It's just hard to get into them without internships, without like the real world experience, I guess, which I wish I had done. Oh yeah, for sure. And everything being remote now, like for sure, it's definitely happening in other countries. Um, yeah, which sucks. I feel like if you're, I don't know, I feel like if you're headquartered in the U.S., you'd want to like real world experience would be like okay, my university experience. I've built websites, I've built apps, I've made mobile apps. I've got a lot of university experience building things with my, utilizing my CS degree. So I've got experience in Python, Swift, Java, I've done C, C sharp, all of that over the course of my education, right? And I've got lots of projects, but I don't have, a lot of them want to see that you've interned and you've been in like an agile, like workflow, workspace, working on a team, and that you've produced something that has given a company results. So, like, on my resume, I've tried to make it sound that way. Like, I implemented, like, okay, so I did a little bit of work with the lab. So it's like, okay, I implemented a Python program that helps to track and plan for experimental models, right? So that sounds like real world experience, but it's not. It's not like a year of, hey, I worked at, Regions Bank and I developed, I don't know, I can't think of anything. I developed something that like maybe a front end landing page that helped to produce like a 50% bump in user satisfaction. Something that sounds like a real world application and it did something. I do enjoy coding and I still do. Um so like I still do it, and I'm really glad that I got my degree, and I know that it's just going to take a little bit of time to find like a career job. And I also know that once you get your foot in the door, you're pretty much set, because by that point you can build up your real world experience, and then you shouldn't have much problem finding other jobs if something happens. But yeah, I still enjoy coding for sure. before I went to school, I always wanted to learn how to code. And, I did a little bit of like HTML and CSS on my own, just trying to figure stuff out. And I really liked game development stuff. So, like, I would pick up, Unity or Unreal and kind of like play with it. And so when I got the chance to go to school, it was kind of easy to transition into that. My recommendation, though, is if that's something you want to do, there's a lot of really easy languages you can start with. Python is like everybody's favorite go to, I feel like, especially in the beginning. Because the syntax and all, it's not super complicated and it's almost like you can read it and know what's going on. Do you think your careers in fields that are irreplaceable by AI? I think if you start with the ones that are most replaceable, so like I know a lot of like customer service and facing oriented type jobs, like were some of the ones I've seen where like high end hotels are replacing like concierge with AI that can basically interact with a customer and get itineraries made for them and give them basic like directions and stuff like that. So it can do things that they didn't need to pay somebody to do anymore. From what I understand, there's like analyst jobs that, why pay a team of people to analyze something that an AI could do in a matter of minutes? I think things that require people in person will probably be the most like will have the most longevity with AI. So like maybe a nurse, doctors, stuff like that. People who still need to make like really tough decisions and use their hands to do the work will probably be the most necessary for a while. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert in that. I could be way off, so I don't know. what Wait, so what are some careers or fields that you think would be irreplaceable by AI? We're not using ChatGPT. I think we're just gonna write email. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, hold on. Let's do this for a second. AI emotional recognition. This is something that is actually probably really interesting that would go along with the whole therapy thing. Um, Emotion and sentiment analysis. Being able to tell being able to tell the emotions and sentiment and then scale it on a scale. No, it's fine. I mean, it's Saturday. I'm chilling. This is totally fine with me. Um, I don't know. It would be interesting to imagine if you had a really cool AI that obviously they're working on it, but you could just package it into an iPhone app and get like a cursory therapy session. Like, I mean, I feel like you would still need an actual therapist to review it, but almost like, how you do like telehealth for the doctor now, where you just literally call in and tell them like what your basic problems are, but having an AI just look at you and score and be able to say like, yeah, this person is 98% depressed. And then the therapist just looks at it and goes, okay, cool. We'll just prescribe them whatever. I don't know. I feel like that kind of I think that kind of application would be really exciting and helpful, but um, I could see how that would be able to eat into somebody like a therapist's uh, job or career or whatever. And then of course there's like all these like dystopian applications where it's like I could just be walking on the street and a CCTV looks at me and sees that I'm like 100% angry and like 100% sad or something, and then the cops show up and arrest me because they're afraid I'm going to do something. I don't know. That would be really dystopian and creepy. Let's do something new. Um, so I was born in 1988. So I'm only what 34 years old, but I saw the change from like an in-person like retail space, no internet, you know. I've already watched something that if you had asked me like let's say if I was 34 30 years ago and you asked me if I saw like the internet changing the world the way that it did, I feel like, I'm coming from like a bias like retrospect, but looking at it from now, I would have been like, oh yeah, for sure. I can see that changing the world. I want to say that it's kind of the same thing now. Like, I feel like AI tech dominated economy is like, I mean, in some ways we already are like a tech dominated economy. So, but when you pull AI into it, I feel like in the next 20 years, you're probably going to see so much change as far as AI is concerned and like what it does for us. Um, like ChatGPT, the OpenAI stuff is, I don't think it's quite, it's not even that I don't think, it's not quite what you think of when you think of like in the movies. You think of like that general AI intelligence where it's like somebody that can just do whatever you want it to. Like it's super complicated, yeah, but it's not quite where it would need to be like, you know, um, just anything that you've seen in any sci-fi movie, like it's just not at that level. It'll get there, I think, probably before we're dead. But the scariest thing is if it ever becomes self-replicating, then we're kind of screwed. just accidentally created something amazing. So so I do watch anime. I don't know that one. Yeah, I haven't seen this. It sounds cool. Yeah, uh, even the animation looks really good, and it's musical, and it's AI. It's like the perfect anime for this conversation. So for sure. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out. Is it on Crunchyroll? Oh, perfect. All right, I'll watch this later. I like that a lot. Man. Okay. Look, let an AI write that. Too much in the right hand. I'll figure out how to scale it back. Ooh, going down. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I like that. Okay. All right. I'm really happy with that. All right. Hey Joshua, I don't know if you're still in here, but I'm about to hop off. It was good talking to you. Uh, Good luck figuring out your path there. I'm gonna try to start streaming like at least music stuff. I want to start streaming my music stuff more, and I'm not super focused on the music. So like, if you ever want to hop in and just chat about random stuff like II or whatever, I'm totally cool with swapping up what I'm doing and just chatting. So anyway, it was fun though. I'll see everybody later. Thanks for checking it out.